the comment you're talking about right now. It is to blame. Like blame doesn't have to be a bad thing. Same way if we get top four, you could get praise for the gamble. You know, you have to ask this decisions. You know, you can't just sit here and blame Kroenke or blame Arteta or Edu in isolation. You know, you failed to do what you needed to do last summer, really, apart from the business that was done. Failed to get a striker and certain things in this in Jan and let people go. And for the large part, it's worked. But this is why you keep people in and around the squad for when things like this happen. So I don't know what this blame comment means, but yeah, like that's just stating facts. That is it. You play the game and it is what it is. So yeah, P man. But yeah, in relation to Arsenal, as you lot can see here, Arsenal agree 3 million Marquinhos transfers, Gunners closing on Sao Paulo attacker people. The first article I want to look at is this. Sao Paulo has a Arsenal proposal for Marquinhos. Allegedly, he has a contractual situation where he could have left for free if they don't take ours or someone else's deal currently right now. And apparently, what Arsenal are doing is viewed as a goodwill gesture. I mean, Sao Paulo might bring through some serious done soon. So yeah, it is what it is. Sao Paulo has a proposal from Arsenal for England for striker Marquinhos. The club must accept the offer, which has not been disclosed. The deal tends to be sacrament so that the transfer takes place in the next window. Marquinhos, who is 19, has a contract with Sao Paulo until 2024, but this agreement violates FIFA's regulations despite it being within what Brazilian law says is a factor that should accelerate the sale. The player signed in 2019 at the age of 16 his first professional contract. The 5-year contract is permitted by Pele law, but FIFA restricts this first agreement to just 3 years. As you see, typically when you're 16, you can only sign 3 years. They might say 3 years with an option of another one, or they might agree that once you turn 18, where you can sign for 5 years or so, or however long you want. Like if you wanted to be if you wanted to be Declan Rice and sign that West Ham 8-year deal. So there's a loophole that we're exploiting really and truly. So it is what it is. As I've said, never seen him play. The fact that you're Brazilian, called Marquinhos, give you a chance, in it. But never seen him play. Don't know the situation. Don't know if he'll be immediately ready to move into the Premier League, or he might have to go on loan, as I said, like what we're doing with other people. But because of this situation, because of the situations like this, Sao Paulo entered into litigation with other players, as is the case with Lucas Fazon. FIFA has positioned Son left the club with special authorization from FIFA. If he decides to sue FIFA, Marquinhos may have his contract with Sao Paulo terminated in July when he turns 3. I think that means 20 or something. Therefore, Google Translate not helping us. Therefore, Sao Paulo and the athlete intend to accept Arsenal's offer, which would not be for very high values, to prevent the player from leaving for free. So yeah, he could be leaving. That was the first article. As you can see here from Fabrizio Romano, talks ongoing between Arsenal and Sao Paulo for Brazilian winger Marquinhos, born in 2003. Fucking hell. New meeting took place today. There are still details to discuss before full agreement. The fee will be around $3 million, as said. Sao Paulo need to sell Marquinhos or they will lose him for free, people. So yeah, that's that. Marquinhos no longer plays for Sao Paulo. The striker Marquinhos was sold for about 3.5 euros. He's not part of Sao Paulo's list of players for the game on Sunday. So yeah, a bunch of players are leaving. The sale of the 19-year-old striker's rights to Arsenal can be considered a favour or goodwill gesture by the English club, aiming at a good relationship for future business with Sao Paulo, the selling club. As you should do all of that. Because when the next Neymar or Lucas Moura, when Lucas Moura used to be sick, not what we're seeing now, when these dons come about, Edu, this is what I want to see, man. You know, it is. We could have banduled them, we could have zanged them and took them for free, but it's a goodwill gesture. I can't lie. Paying 3 million or for free, I don't know. But apparently, as we said, people, he signed a 5-year deal, which he shouldn't have. You know, I don't know why they did that. And the board tried to renew. They came to no agreement for whatever reason. So yeah, he's keeping it. Him and a couple of players seem to be keeping it moving. That's what the Brazilian articles are saying, people. As you can see here, Arsenal in negotiations and the transfer fees keep fluctuating. I don't talking points across YouTube and Twitch. Get them in, people. Arsenal in negotiations to sign Brazilian club keen to strike agreement to avoid losing. Oh yes, losing highly rated teenager for free once his contract expires. I hope he is highly rated, but I've never seen him. We live in a day and age of potential where it is what it is. When I see Brazilian, I get excited. I think he's, he's someone that will get people off seats, but I don't know his level of experience. I don't know his level. I don't know nothing about him. He looks raw from the little clips floating around on Twitter. you know. So I don't know if I don't think, based on the 2 minutes I've seen on Twitter, which is not good enough, I don't think you're going to go into the first team. Now, Martinelli wasn't projected to go into the first team, but he impressed Emery and so on and so forth. But you do see rumors that he may go out on loan. It might be Carlos Vela, Pedro Buffalo, Wellington Silva sort of vibes. I don't know our plans for the 19-year-old people, but yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, he signed a 5-year deal in 2019. FIFA have refused to accept it as he was underage. So Sao Paulo have made a serious error there. So Arsenal are in talks with Sao Paulo over a deal for Brazilian winger Marquinhos. The highly rated 19-year-old is keen to make the move, and Sao Paulo want to strike a deal for the risk of losing the teenager for free when his contract runs out. I hope you get the bag, man. Life-changing money for you and your people, them. Marquinhos signed a 5-year deal in 2019, but FIFA have refused to accept it as he was underage when he signed the contract. So the contract is only valid for 3 years under normal regulations, people. Sao Paulo have tried to convince him to sign an extension, but he has turned down their offer. Arsenal are offering around 2.9 million, and negotiations are advancing after a further meeting on Friday. Allegedly, Wolves and Atletico Madrid have also shown an interest, but Arsenal are expected to finalize terms in the coming days. The Gunners also remain keen to sign Manchester City striker Gabriel Jesus and are among 6 clubs to have held talks with his reps. So yeah, make of that. Let's see what Charles Watts has said. Has he missed out anything, people? As you see here, the Gunners have been holding extensive talks with Sao Paulo over the 19-year-old during the past week, and an agreement has now been reached. Final details still need to be sorted out before the transfer can be concluded, but Marquinhos is now expected to be Arsenal's first signing of the transfer window, people. It's been told it's about 3 million. Arsenal have taken advantage of the loophole, people. Personal terms are not expected to be an issue. Apparently, he's a talented young forward who operates mainly as a winger, but he can also play through the for Pepe. I can't verify. I've never seen him. He looks raw, like your first touch, playing with your head up, anticipation, everything you'd expect needs to be patterned. So I don't know if he's immediately ready for Premier League football. He's left-footed and is comfortable on either wing, although his preferred role is out wide on the right, so he can cut inside on his favoured foot. He broke through the Sao Paulo side as an 18-year-old, making his debut against Flamengo in July 2021. I mean, anyone that watched the Montague tournament where you saw Angelo and all them Brazilian brothers that are 16, 17, Edu, you need to do a bit more shopping around them sides there, because scout reports soon land people. There's some serious Brazilian dons coming up. What are Arsenal's plans for him? Marquinhos is being signed as one for the future, sources have confirmed. Now, not every young G has to make it here. If he makes it here, great. If he doesn't, can we be in a scenario where we make profit? Providing the deal goes through without any last-minute hitches, he could be given an opportunity to work with the first team during pre-season. If he impresses, he could earn himself a place on the summer tour to America. His arrival will not have an impact on Arsenal's main summer transfer plans, with Gunners looking at bringing in 2 senior attackers. Talks are ongoing, or better yet, continuing over Gabriel Jesus. And we've also shown an interest in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's having a stinker of a season. Jonathan David, who I'm sure has only scored 1 goal in 2022. And Tammy Abraham, people. So yeah, that's that in relation to that. I can't find the article, but it was an expectation he might have to touch a loan thing, people. As you can see here, he's being linked as one of those for the future. So we'll see what the Donny's got in his locker, people. Everyone's just confirming the same thing. Apparently, incoming Arsenal signing set to be loaned out. La Liga move is likely as well. Work permit things may not be a problem, people. So that's probably where that one there is coming from, if I'm honest with you. One sec, what's going on there? Twitch. Okay, Twitch was still here. Arsenal are about to complete the signing of Sao Paulo youngster Marquinhos, as first reported by reports in Brazil. An agreement's been reached. Any chance to fight for the player and guaranteed the signing for a bargain amount, as his club were afraid of losing him this summer. Now it turns out that despite taking Marquinhos now, Arsenal are not expected to use him next season. Sports Witness has learned that the 19-year-old is expected to be loaned out at first, with the favourite destination being a Spanish club. And that's true. It is a massive jump. It's a massive, massive, massive jump playing Premier League football. And I don't know how many appearances he's got to his name and all of these sort of things. And all of these sort of things, people. So if I just type in Marquinhos, Sao Paulo. I don't know about FIFA, but sorry, people. I just want to just because we mentioned it. How many appearances have you got to your name as a professional footballer? All right, 19 years of age, just turned 19. He's played 16 times this season, got 3 goals. He's only played 28 times in the league, 90 times in, I guess, different sort of cups. He's played 22 times in the league in total, 1 appearance this year, 39 appearances for Sao Paulo, 4 goals, 3 assists. So very raw, not only the jump from Brazilian league to European football, psychologically, mentally, physically, just in terms of you're now going to play for Arsenal, man are going to know you in that, and obviously, is he necessarily ready? It would tie into what we're doing, but he's probably a bit raw with it. Maybe listen, if we've done our due diligence, Atletico and Wolves are looking at him. To us common football fans, he might be an unknown entity, or if you're in Brazilian league, you might know. But to me, I don't know nothing about Donny really and truly. So that tells you a bit there, really. In the quick and surprising move, as you saw here, he's expected to go on loan. Only a big turnaround with the player convincing Arteta during pre-season would convince the Gunners to keep him in the squad for the 2022-23 season. Marquinhos made his professional debut for Sao Paulo last year. So things have happened very quickly for him. And despite not getting a regret losing him for such a low fee. Now, Arsenal, who took the opportunity, see the move similar to when they signed Martinelli from Etano back in 2019. The difference is they felt the striker was ready to develop at the club, and that proved to be the right move for the Gunners. So that's that in relation to him, people. This is completely different, yeah, but I've been